Top 10 tips for better memory. Number 1 is pay attention. Often when we forget something, it is not that we have somehow lost the memory of it, but we did not learn the thing properly in the first place. If you pay full attention to what you're trying to learn, you will be more likely to remember it later. There's a reason why you can remember all scenes and dialogues from a movie or a show and not something that is taught in class. Create associations. Associate what you're trying to learn with other information you already know. For example, it will be easier to remember Ag is a chemical symbol for silver if you know that it is short for argentum, the Latin word for silver. It might also help if you know that Argentina got its name from early European explorers who mistakenly thought the region was rich in silver. Link the things that you're trying to learn with the past memories and past facts that you have. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Names and dates are memorable if you can link them to an image. The effort you expend generating an image strengthens the memory. For example, say you want to remember the roles of Neil Armstrong and Galileo Galilei. If you imagine an astronaut walking on the moon and leaving a footprint behind, you will remember that Neil Armstrong is the first person to walk on the moon. Galileo Galilei is known for his astronomical discoveries and the improvement of telescopes. So for him, you can imagine a telescope pointing towards a cluster of stars, and those cluster of stars form a chi for Galileo. Practice makes perfect. There's a reason to drill kindergartners on their ABCs and make third graders repeatedly recite their multiplication tables. Memories for facts are strengthened by repetition. The same principle holds for memories for skills such as bike riding, juggling, or swimming. They're improved by practice. Use multiple senses. Instead of just reading information silently, read it aloud. You will encode the information orally as well as visually. You can also try writing it out. The act of writing activates the sensory systems and also forces you to think about the words you are copying. Reduce overload. Use memory tricks such as sticky notes, flashcards, calendars, or other electronic schedulers to remember appointments, due dates, and other obligations so that it frees you to focus on remembering things that must be recalled to mind without written aids, say during an exam. Time travel. Remembering the facts does not depend on remembering the exact time and place when you encountered them. However, if you can't remember a fact, try to remember where you first heard it. If you remember your high school teacher lecturing on Napoleon, perhaps what she said about the causes of Napoleonic Wars will also come to mind. Get some sleep. 2/3 of Americans do not get enough sleep. Consequently, they are less able to concentrate during the day, which makes it harder for them to encode new memories and retrieve old ones. Sleep is also important for helping the brain organize and store memories. Try a rhyme. Do you have to remember a long string of random information? Create a poem or even a song that includes that information. For some information in my high school and even in university, if I could not remember that information, I would create a rap song about it. Consequently, I still remember a few of them as compared to the facts that I just learned without any rhymes. And the final one is relax. Sometimes trying harder to remember is less effective than turning your attention to something else. Often the missing information will pop into your awareness later. If you're stumped by a question on test, skip that one and come back to it later, when perhaps the missing information will not be so hard to retrieve.